Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dim Sum Daddies podcast. I'm Travis Yamamoto.
Matthew Hutter, what to do?
Jason DePero. Yo.
And we got a special guest for you folks today. We have Matta here.
Matta Nguyen, yes.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
No, so tell us a little about yourself, Matta.
Okay, how do we start? Do we start as
Wherever you want.
Yeah.
Like how I might end up here?
Yeah, tell us, how did you end up
Midnight, Saturday midnight. So I am working on a podcast, like to talk about the experience of the new immigrants, modern immigrants. So I met with Travis, and I know that he was like building a podcast. And I'm always like interested. So I'm trying to like connect with him, and finally we have a chance to connect. Happened to be when I texted him, he he do a recording today. So I am invited to be a guest in the episode. So happy to be here. Be really lucky. I think it's happened, it's meant to be.
Yeah, right.
Right on.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So tell us a little about yourself. What do you do?
So right now I am a senior data analyst, data engineer in T-Mobile. So we are focusing more on building a technology and reporting to support the finance team in T-Mobile. On the side, working on a dating app, working on a podcast, and just wandering around, finding a home.
The Wanderlust.
Yeah.
Making
Wanderlust.
moves.
Just trying to, figure things out. And it's crazy. Like you said, you're just going around, right? Like what you mean by that?
Yeah. Ask me some question.
Wait, I want to go back to the dating app.
The dating app?
You're creating a dating app.
Yes, I'm creating a dating app.
Would you say it's going to be on like multi levels, like not just creating a dating app for dating, but maybe a networking app?
Yes,
Yeah,
I am
more or
actually
less?
thinking about that. So my app is my focus and my goal is having the dating app that actually like connected people. So like when back to the old day, how do you find love? Do you think that you can find love just by looking at people's pictures?
No.
I don't think
Negative.
so, right?
That's bullshit.
I think to find that love is more like you have to connect in different level. How do you get to that? Is that you have to have like conversation. You have to have like those connection in real life. Right now, dating app is for me.
It's all fake. It's just photos. Right?
So a lot of people said, it's more convenient, right? It's faster. You can meet more people.
Easier, accessible,
Easier,
right?
accessible. But is that always true? I don't think so. Because like you can match with a lot of people.
That's like quantity over quality.
Yes, and then you have to like meet so many people, and then like when you meet those people, and then it keep happening, like not happening and not happening, it's gonna like drain your energy. You lose hope.
It's a little demoralizing.
Yes. Yeah. So my app is hopefully we'll change that a little bit, and I can tell you guys a little bit more. Next episode maybe in 2 months. But yeah, for now.
So when you say you're creating an app,
Yes.
how do you go about that? Are you make programs or?
Yes, I have a team behind me. So we have, I'm just like a visioner kind of. So I have that vision. Of course I have like, the background of programming. So I know about programming. I do have a UX design that helped me build architects, and I have a team of, engineer that's like ready to make it happen.
Legit.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
I know.
If I'm still single when that app comes out, I'm gonna use it.
Hey, let me try it out. Dude.
Yeah.
No, you can't use it, man. You locked up.
Well, I mean, I was talking about you, dog.
You can always-
no, you
Jason,
try it
me
out,
and
dude.
Jason.
Yeah.
You can always be, just test user.
Well,
And then, maybe your girlfriend can be on too.
This can be the first one.
Yeah.
Actually,
Or you can get matched. Who knows? Like maybe you can match and talk again. Like,
Oh man, maybe run it by her, I guess. Right?
Here, I got an idea. Give me your photos, and I'll use your photos on my profile.
Hey, if you want them, man.
I want them with the pants off.
Oh,
And
man.
so working for T-Mobile, that's a big company.
It is. The funny thing is, I actually never thought of it. So I live in Seattle. I moved to Hawaii after Vietnam. I moved to Hawaii for school. So I finished my bachelor in Hawaii Pacific University in Oahu. Then I moved to Seattle, started working 5 years, and just moved back to Hawaii since March. So I've been working in T-Mobile, like Microsoft, and I've been like having offer, from Google or Amazon. So things like that.
I was like, whoa, what's our
the thing
Google
is-
and like,
Yeah,
These are all the top dogs.
yeah, these are.
No, I'm just
Thank you for
I
coming on our podcast.
No, I'm just bringing the top dogs. But then, like, there's more, like way more. Like when you interview, there's a lot. But the thing is, because I live in Seattle, it's like a tech, like
Mecca
city.
almost, right?
So most people, I'm sure, like
It's a
people
dime a
from
dozen,
Seattle
yeah.
or like San Fran or New York, like when they hear me saying it, they was like, whatever. Like, what are you talking about? Like we all like there. So that's why I never thought of T-Mobile as like a big company until I get to Hawaii, and maybe because like there's not a lot of people work for like Fortune 500 companies. So I see where you guys coming from, but it's normal. It's every job is the same. Yeah.
So what does your job
Humble.
entail? Like what do you have to do for your job?
So I write a lot of code for, like to run process. I do have a lot of like data. I use mostly like SQL. I don't know if you.
I'm not familiar. with
Yeah.
that.
So we have a program in SQL. I use Python. Right now, we do a lot of like finance. So we have to like work with business, like finance business, to identify like forecast, revenue, like things like that for the
Wow,
finance.
that's so
team.
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So your travels here from Vietnam, was that challenging for you?
Long time though, right?
Do you miss it?
11 years. So I've been here
11
11 years. When I first moved to the US, I actually didn't speak English. I can't, like now it's been too long, so I don't remember that well. But I remember at the time it was difficult. So I remember at the time, I was terrifying. Was that sandwich shop? Subway.
Oh,
Subway.
Oh my
Boo.
God.
No,
I
I'm just playing.
hate that shop.
See?
So, okay, no. I have a reason though. I have a reason.
The Subway.
So I just went back to the Subway last year because I was terrifying. So I came to Hawaii when I was, again, I didn't speak English. People in the Subway, they asked too much questions.
Toasted.
So I came in and then I don't even know. I just need a sandwich. And then it was like, what bread you want? Or what cheese you want? Like, different cheese. And then it was like, what salads? And then list all the salad out. So I was like, shit. So I remember I stepped in. They was asking me all the questions. And I started like, freak out. And I just left. I never went back. Yes. So that was like my experience. So that was really rough.
I didn't realize that would be a challenge.
My God, it's so hard. So oh my God, I love restaurant with pictures, like food pictures. Because like when I read too much, I was like, this give me headache. Like even till now, like it's still hard.
Do they teach English now in Vietnam? Like 11 years ago, I can see they didn't, but now it's more of a priority.
Now,
yeah?
I think like now, because like Vietnam, like 10 years ago, and then now it's like very different. Back when I, like was in Vietnam, like when I was in high school, we didn't even like, we couldn't even trade with the US. So we was like a closed country. But then now we able to trade with the US and with other countries. And we start having like international school. So yeah, like I think like the quality of life is like way better compared to before.
Yeah, man.
So some context though, real quick. I mean, how old are you, if you don't mind me? I know you're not
now.
supposed to, but just to get some context, I guess, right?
I
How
think
about
I'm
this?
same age with Jason.
Wait, let's all
What?
take a guess.
Oh, I just said though.
Oh,
Oh, cut that out.
I didn't hear it.
Sorry,
I didn't
what?
hear it.
Okay.
I don't think they
Okay.
know. Oh, you said same age? Oh, you know what? They don't know me, so
Okay. You got to
you don't
guess
have to worry
then.
about.
27. Yeah? Was that
no,
good?
Jason,
not
you're born
right.
in 94, right?
Yeah, I'm born in 94.
No, he's not. He's 92.
Wukong, baby. Monkey ear dog.
Monkey years. Yeah.
So
94.
92?
92.
Yeah, see? Okay.
You're 1 year younger than. Yeah, I'm 30.
30.
What are you, Hunter?
Already.
40?
No, oh my God.
You're 35, right?
Fuck, no.
Wait, what's wrong with 35?
Hey, man. I mean, earlier Travis was watching the fights. You didn't know Whaley was that old.
I didn't.
But then
Wait,
she's 31.
32.
Oh, 32. And
32.
I mean,
She looks
you guys are
old,
both
though.
kind of right behind.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, time makes fools of us all, man.
Yeah.
But I'm way wiser.
It comes with age, so they say.
You know, so we were talking a little bit earlier about your, you travel quite a lot.
Yeah.
So do you want to kind of talk to us about that?
Yeah, so it's been a very interesting year. So let's say like why I end up in Hawaii. Like how did I end up in Hawaii? I think I was like talking to you guys like earlier a little bit. So from Vietnam 2010, moved to Hawaii. No, I moved to Hawaii 2010 and I do school in Hawaii. And at the time, you know, I never have like a college experience. Just, you know, because like back then we didn't have, you know, like a lot of money. I moved here and then currency, you know, like difference. So try to like study and stay with relatives. So right after college, I knew right away that what I have to do is I have to like move to the US.
US of A.
Yep. The mainland.
The mainland.
USA.
The mainland. So I moved to Seattle right after college. By myself. Yeah, we touched base on that a little bit. Yep. So I was there by myself in the last 5 years. Then, you know, like everybody knows COVID hit. Then, you know, like cause I think I'm really, you know, I make friends really easy. But then, you know, like from, you know, like going to work, you know, have friends, play tennis, you know, like have, you know, all the things happening. Then, I end up like in my townhouse, you know, by myself for, you know, a year. I just hang out with the people that I know, the same group of friends, you know, like, because like we all like come from tech. So we all like talking about the same thing, you know, like techie stuff, you know, like houses, investment. Then I still, you know, like watch TV and, I keep seeing, you know, like people, you know, like the number of people like, you know, get sick, people get laid off, you know, the economy is not doing good. And I keep wondering to myself, like, am I living in the bubble right now? Like why, you know, like why everybody's surrounding me is not having problem at all. Is that something that the news was fake, or is that like just me that live in the bubble? So I decided to be in Hawaii. So yeah, moved to Hawaii in March, and been here since March 2021. And I stay with my relative. You know, I have a small condo, so I'm staying back and forth. But if you follow my Instagram, you see that I travel a lot. So I've been, so I stay in Texas. I was in Arizona. I was in New York. I was in Michigan. Keep going back and forth.
Yeah,
and
man,
matter of fact, tomorrow I might leave to Seattle again. Don't know when I'm going to be back here. So yeah.
Is that for leisure or for work?
I'm trying to find a home.
I see.
Yes.
I see.
So I've been trying to find, like I'm here all by myself this whole time, like 10 years, 11 years. And, I keep like trying to see, like what is home? I see a lot of my friends like start having families, then they can have that home, or somebody like have, like their family is here, so they can always come back home. But me, I trying to find that. I trying to find a reason to go back home for. I try to find a place that I can just like be.
Call your home.
Yeah,
right?
call
Exactly.
me home.
Wouldn't you say home is where you make it though?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I feel like
could
that's true too. But yeah, I mean, finding the place that maybe appeals to you in certain ways, right? I mean, spiritually or mentally, maybe the communities that are there and stuff that you can get into and you can be a part of. And
Hawaii feels like home. It's nice here.
Oh, yeah.
The people are nice. The food is good.
The food is good.
Yeah, the
food is damn good.
Beaches are beautiful.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I don't know why. I think, I don't know why. There's still something missing. So that's why I'm still like looking for that. And, it's funny because like a lot of my friends, when they start seeing me like travel so much, everybody's like, oh my God, like you live the life, you can like stay anywhere. You can travel anywhere. But, like those nights when you stay at a hotel room, and then you don't know who you're going to see tomorrow. You don't know where you're going next.
The uncertainty.
Yeah,
of
the
everything,
uncertainty.
right.
And then like you see that you only have the luggage with you, like driving like car to car, like go airplane to airplane. Then it was fun for a little bit. But if you keep doing that, then it started getting a little like lonely for sure.
Tiring too, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because like we were touching on a little bit earlier. Sorry, dude. Looking on the outside in, it's always different, right? I mean, it's when you're actually living it yourself, you're going to experience things that, you know, the person looking from the outside is just, they don't really know about, you know? Yeah. It's always, the grass is always greener on the other side, right?
Always.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, for, you know, the brighter note, I think like I'm start getting to understand myself a little better. Yeah. So maybe coming back to Seattle, maybe first, you know, stuck with my job, see, you know, like that is the place I should be, and then finding home from that.
Right.
Yeah.
Finding yourself kind of comes with age, though, because the older that you get, you kind of understand yourself a little bit more.
Definitely.
You know what you like, you know what you don't like, and you cut things out of your life that you know that's not good for you. Then you bring things into your life that's more beneficial for you. So I guess it could come with age too. Yeah. The older that you get.
I totally think so. And I think the experience that I've been having is like really helped me to find myself. For example, because I travel by myself a lot. Before I was like, you know, a little shy. I didn't speak, you know, that good English. I always like embarrassed of like, you know, my accent. I don't know. And then we tend, you know, we don't want to do, but every of us, we always have the image of like who we want to hang out with and then like who we don't want to hang out with and stuff like that. And we forget that, you know, everybody is human. Everybody, you know, like is good humans. So how do you put yourself out there? So since I travel a lot, it's forced me to the situation that I need to, you know, like get to know people. I force myself to like making friends and have to see, you know, like sometimes you just, so a lot of people, like when they meet people, they do like filter, right? So they can say, oh, you know, like that person probably not my vibe, you know, filter them out. But then for me, when I travel by myself a lot, then I have to like ignore that filter. It's not like I trust people easy. That's not that. But, you know, like sometimes you just have to see the good first before the bad. And that's how you make friends. And I think the experience, you know, like been helping me that. So recently I went to Texas. Texas was one of the places that I didn't like at all.
Yeah, because you're
like
super,
from the
super
news,
racist to
you
people
know?
that look like us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Well, maybe not you, but
Thanks.
I thought so. And then especially with all the abortion law coming
Oh, that shit's crazy,
coming
yeah.
up. And I'm just like, oh, I
wait,
don't
can
think
you? I'm not too familiar with that. What is that?
what? Really?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, this is like making waves, driving a lot of people. Yeah, crazy.
What is this again? Sorry.
So they against to have any abortion.
the whole state of Texas.
The whole
Yeah.
But there's you know the whole abortion law was going on, and it's kind of like limit women to getting any abortion before, you know, like if
Oh, that's not.
Was it like something ridiculous, like 3 months or
I think
something?
like 6 weeks.
Oh yeah, see that. Well,
6 weeks.
That's
So that's why
crazy.
it's too early. And as you know, who like a female,
Some women don't even know. Sorry to cut you off. Don't
Yes,
even know
that's
they're
why.
pregnant at 6 weeks. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like, what the fuck, dude? I mean, yeah,
yes,
That's a terrible law.
insane.
6 weeks. That's dude. That's no
That's-
time at all.
That's,
Yeah.
yes. But again,
Is it going to
you know,
pass?
I think
so
it
there's
already.
some kind of protest that's going on, and I think they try to revoke it.
Well, yeah,
So-
that's a little too hardcore for me.
Yes.
It's insane, dude.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yes,
Dude.
but so that's what I thought. Especially like I come from Seattle, and I have like a liberal kind of like mindset a little bit. So I was like, Texas, you know, it's not my thing. So I went there. I don't have any friends. I actually like don't know anybody. Usually I know somebody from somebody, or I travel with, you know, a friend or somebody. But this time I know nobody. But then it's forced me to the way of like, hey, you know, you have to be out there. You have to be friendly. You have to like making friends. And the people in Texas is pleasant to be around.
Pleasant.
Very pleasant.
Damn.
Very,
That was
very
not the
friendly.
answer that I was expecting you
I
to
mean,
say.
I have a friend. She lives there. She comes back. I mean, she says it's not that bad. Like,
That's
it's, like,
Southern
it's pretty-
hospitality.
She pretty much said the same thing. It's pleasant also. So
Very pleasant, as they very friendly, but you can feel that they're very genuine. They just have that certain like sweetheart kind of
Southern
thing.
hospitality.
Yeah, hospitality.
Let me get them Daisy Dukes. So I gotta head over there too.
Yeah, so things like that is like opened my eyes. I changed my perspective a lot. So before I was a hardcore, you know, blue person. So I can go all the way out, like just to fight or like just argue with like conservative.
Also, you're saying it opened your eyes a little bit.
It's actually opened my eyes. So I was able to like met somebody, like more like a conservative view in Texas. And we had like conversation. It actually like opened my eyes because like things that we see or things that, the news portray of like, one side, another side is very different. They only show the extreme.
But that's the news. They always do that.
That's why. That is why. Yeah. So it's really opened my eyes. Like they touch in some kind of like point. I was like, I never thought about it before, or like people are just so genuine and they're very, open to have those discussion. So, like if we don't hold, and that's why like if we don't hold so strong opinion and just like come in everything with an open mind,
best way
then
to
you're
do
gonna
it.
Start, like learning so much thing about other people and learn so much thing about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of like one of the problems with the society we live in nowadays. Is just everyone, like we kind of touched on a little bit in the previous episode, but yeah, I mean, people are just so close-minded when it comes to certain stuff. It's, my way or the highway, whatever you say is wrong. You're wrong, I'm right, all that kind of stuff. And there's no changing somebody's mind. And it's really kind of sad when you really think about it.
People are just too hard-headed nowadays.
Yeah, and just so stubborn. And it's sad, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's normal though.
Yeah.
It takes a while for somebody to change. That's why, you know what I mean?
But, ignorance is bliss sometime too.
Definitely.
So, it's very dependent on how you want to live your life, right?
Yeah.
So can't judge, one way or another.
With your travels and with your tech company that you work for and this thing, where do you see yourself moving forward?
Where do I see myself moving forward?
Career-wise and maybe location-wise.
Yeah. So still looking for that home for sure. Still wondering. Cause, with the whole situation, like happening, still kind of like figure that out. I hope I can be in Hawaii for a little bit more. I love the people here. I love the food.
Do you like it here?
Good food.
So I like it.
That's the only thing.
But the traffic sucks.
Traffic sucks.
Dude, it's fucking horrendous.
And everything comes with rice.
Everything comes with rice. That's damn true too.
Wait, in Asian communities in the mainland, they don't do that too? Like Chinatown,
we do more noodles.
Oh. That's cool.
Oh, long life.
Yes. Actually, now I think about it, that's actually true. Because a lot of people eat noodles. In Seattle, like most of the Asian food is like noodles, soup. We do have rice, but in Hawaii, everything comes with rice.
Plate lunches, all that shit.
White rice.
Yes,
Is that bad? Oh, it's
no.
ridiculous.
I mean, depend on a lot of people into like low carb nowadays.
Oh no, definitely, yeah, dude.
The keto diet.
Yeah.
Keto diet. No, but I love it. I love Hawaii. I think maybe just like my personality because I wandering, like a lot, and I love travel. So sometimes Hawaii seem to be,
Trapped.
A little bit as like you just like surrounding in your,
There's only so much to do too, right?
But when you're here, you get comfortable.
Yeah, no,
That
definitely.
is true.
I'm
That
already
is true.
comfortable, but trying to get out of it. I mean,
Yeah. It's expensive to live here, man.
Oh,
yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole nother thing.
yeah.
Gas, cars, real estate.
Real estate is crazy nowadays. So that's been, another things. I was about to ask you guys because you guys all like friend, like back in the day, right? And then like now
7 years
also,
strong, man.
yes,
Or not 7 now, but I think
gotta
it's like,
be
It's
more.
longer than 7 years.
sorry.
It's 2021, 09.
I think we're
Over
9,
a decade.
10
Over a
years
decade.
already.
Yeah.
Over a
You know, they said that if you stay friends for 10 years or longer,
Lifelong.
Ooh,
Lifelong friends.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, and then like you guys all wander around and then still, like end up like different places, but still stay friends. And
So I'm a firm believer in who you surround yourself with kind of shows who you are. So
It's true, man. Yeah,
no.
definitely.
So we've stuck together through a lot of things, and I'm appreciative of that. We have a lot of same views and same morals and values, which is good. And I kind of like the
vibe.
the friendships
The
that we
friendship.
have. Yeah, it's real. It's authentic. It's hard to find that nowadays because sometimes
is.
people are very fake. They have ulterior motives, and maybe they want something in return.
Yes.
And
what can you do for me?
Exactly. I do something for you. What can you do for me? And we don't have that shit here.
Yeah. So that's why like nowadays, yeah, I can see that a lot. Like, cause like, like earlier, I think I was like telling Travis, I was like, hey, Travis, like I'm friendly, but I hope you know that I'm not weird. Cause the thing is like a lot of people cause a lot of us, when we grow up, so you remember when you was younger, you just, like hang out with older kid, like on the block. You don't discriminate. Innocent. Yeah, like you don't discriminate. You just hang out with everybody. Everybody's the same, But then now, like, you
gotta kind of
Jason doesn't agree. Jason doesn't agree.
No. When I was growing up, it was kind of different, man. I hanged out with 4 different groups in my street.
But then you hang out with a lot of people, no?
I hanged out with every single one. I knew everybody in the street when we was kids.
I mean, that's what she was saying.
Each one was all different. Like, they did not like this group didn't like this group. This group didn't like that group.
Segregation.
So it's kind of like, yeah, it was cliques. Like, I remember that.
The concentration.
Yeah. Even though I was like, dude, we're all living in the same street. I'm friends with all y'all. Like, you guys are all cool.
If don't get me wrong, met these motherfuckers, we would all be cool.
I did, as a kid, talk shit about that group. With each group that I was with, because I was like, dude, like, I mean, if I want to stay cool with these guys, like, I gotta keep cool. I gotta keep tight. I gotta keep tight with every group I am with, because I gotta know everybody here. We all live in the same street, and I'm just friendly at the same time. Like, I just want to make friends when I was growing up.
Yeah, but then
want to be cool.
But then, like, when we was like small, like, it's all about like, just be friend, don't judge anybody. But then, like, now we, like more adult, we always,
you gotta
trust
pick and choose who want to be around you. Yeah.
Yes.
I would think that's a better way to. When you get older, there's things that you want to accomplish and things that matter to you, and if they're
in your way, man.
Exactly. And if people in your inner circle don't have that same type of view, then they're just, like you said, getting in your way,
holding you back.
Yeah. Get out of my way, man.
No, that's true. I think that is when you pick people in your circle, though. But then, like, when you just like meet people, right? And I think that is a good thing, a pro of like, a good things when you wandering around. It's like,
so when is the time to like kick them out?
You just be friendly with everybody. Just don't put them in. Don't put them in yet. Just like be friendly. Like be
test
nice
the waters.
Enough. Yeah,
just
nice
pretty much
enough,
like there's level. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all have like levels of when having friends. I mean, you have the friend or
the acquaintance. There you go. And
then you have the homie. You got homie / fam. You got all that, like, because I mean, come on, we do have those guys like. Your acquaintance.
Okay, what are their names? Let me write this down.
Shit.
I mean, I can't. I mean, just in case, I'm not gonna throw anybody names out there, but yeah, we can't. We have our. I mean, I categorize. I mean,
everyone does, right?
Yeah. Like shit.
So I want to make sure we're on the same page. We are on the family level, right?
Yeah, the homies. Yeah.
Come on, man. If
I had to double check.
If you need to ask me that,
y'all know.
You can turn your mic off right now.
I mean, I was going to say, you guys know who you guys are. That are family to me, all right? You guys know who you guys are.
Yeah, but then, like, that's why, like, I think, for example, back to the topic, like wandering around. The pro thing is like, you can make a lot of friends. Like, I can make a lot of friends, like, but who's in my circle? So back to your point, I have a hard time finding that. So that's why finding home is hard. As, like, who is actually like in my circle? Like, where should I go next to my circle? So, just to like tie the topics. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I remember you want to talk about, you was talking earlier about like big companies. Cause I think like wandering around is, like also about career jobs and stuff. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure a lot of people, like at least like me, I've been changing my career. To like multiple like places. So I know one of, I have like some cousin is in college and, a lot of people, ask me for mentor, for example, and they've been asking me like, like what major I should pick? Like, what should I study? Like, who should I become?
That's a good one because you don't find that shit out till later.
Yes, you don't find that shit out till later. And people don't understand. And a lot of like us, like when we choose, like college, we just, like, oh, baby, that's make a lot of money.
They said the average adult changes their career 7 times in their life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's on average.
If you think about it, I mean, some of us are not going to be selling. I mean, right now I'm kind of like debating on it still to be cooking. You know what I mean? Can I still do it? I'm still debating on that.
Well, I can tell you right now, your food tastes good, man. I've had that.
Oh, earlier he was like grilling stuff, and I'm questioning a little bit about it. But
no, I'm just kidding. No, I mean,
no.
I like to put pressure.
His specialty is sushi.
Oh yeah, okay.
No, you can't. No, I mean, I'm not gonna be. I don't want nobody to be knowing that. I mean, I'm not trying to gloat. All right, my specialty is sushi. All right,
but it is.
Okay.
I mean, thank you for saying it's good. Though. I appreciate it.
You're humble, dude. You're humble. We appreciate.
I still got work to do on that, man.
Yeah,
I got plenty of work to do.
There's
on
always
anything.
room for improvement in anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't find yourself like later, but a lot of things, like that's why I admire like Travis. Like when he does this podcast, because we talk how many months already? Maybe like 4 months.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I'm not sure. But like seeing the work that Travis like put in, like able to be
it's
here.
It's a group effort. It's a group effort.
And now you're being
you're humble, bro.
We all pitch in.
Yeah,
to a certain extent, yeah. But I mean, you have been spearheading the whole thing.
No.
We greatly appreciate you for that.
This is 4 years in the making. We finally came together and we put it out there for people to hear.
Yes.
We want people to hear our voices. We want our opinions to be heard, and we all pitch in, man.
Yeah, and like back to what you said earlier to me of like why you think podcasts. It's like you want to bring people together. You want to, like people to hear like different voices.
And you can connect a little bit better on the podcast, get more personal and stuff like that.
So back to that topic of wandering around, like all my cousin asking and stuff like that. So again, like a lot of people been asking me like, oh, how did I end up in like a good company, or how I'm being able to like be the place I am today. Just stick, it's all a hard work. You will have to wander around. You can't find that like answer right away. Just like me, I try to find that home answer. I can't find answer right away. But wandering around, but still like stay to the core of if you're finding, like job, stay to the core of like, oh, like what is actually like make you happy. Stuck to that core, work toward that, like focus on those kind of industry. For example, if you like music, you don't even have to like, like learn music, right? You can work for a music company. Or, like if you, like love food, for example, you don't have to be a chef. Like you can do food blog, you can do things that I don't know, like make money to eat food.
No, that's
I mean, that is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the mantra where they say, if you do something that you love, you never work a day in your life, right? So if you do what you love, then it makes everything so much better.
Yeah, because I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Right? And I always say that to everybody.
You got to work to that though.
Yeah.
Because like in the modern era, when you have a job, I mean, everything's expensive now. You have to work your job and then do your dreams at home. Mm-hmm. And then eventually maybe that will take off.
Right. I mean, what I said, that's like the ultimate goal, right? That's like the dream, because not a lot of people get to achieve that. A lot of people are working jobs they don't like. They, can't wait to get home and all that other kind of stuff, so.
Be over with the bullshit.
I mean, I like my job, but I also can't wait to get home.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, you get a little bit of both, right? But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, I understand. Like, I love my job too. I started become like I work like super late, like 15 hours a day or whatever. But, start learning
15-hour days?
Yeah, like some night is like 15, some days,
and 15 hours. And you just glued to the computer.
Yeah, just look at the computer all day, Travis. Love it.
I don't think I could do that. I mean, I do sometimes 15-hour shifts at work, and I'm just over there, I'm cutting stuff though. I mean, just prepping, and it's not to be saying, but yeah, dude, that's pretty rough though. Just sitting there on a computer for 15 hours, like that is.
I mean, doing 15 hours of anything is gonna be rough. Yeah.
That is rough.
Well, sleeping sounds pretty damn good.
Oh, well, of course, that'd be nice.
Not sleeping. Yeah.
I heard that in the big tech industries like Silicon Valley, Seattle, they're actually transitioning and they're not making their employees, but they recommend them eating or drinking their meals so they can continue working and stuff. Is that a thing?
Oh, yeah, soylent and stuff. So I don't know if they recommend it, but I know it's a trend.
So they can continue working.
Yeah.
That's some futuristic shit. Right there.
That's crazy. And there's I saw this thing too. It's like it's like out of the movies. It's like this squares thing. It's like your whole calories for the day. It has all your nutrients in your eye.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it's like the future. Yeah,
Holy!
So it's like this big. It's like 1 inch by 1 inch. It's like little squares, and you just eat it, and like that's your entire meal. So you can continue working.
Efficiency.
Do you feel satisfied though?
It feels a little communist to me, but
do you feel satisfied when you just eat that one piece?
I think nobody enforced it. You know, it's not enforcement.
Do you see it though?
I see it all the time, but the thing is, I see it all the time because I see a lot of people just work a lot. Like you can see that if you know a code broke, we have to like debug it all the time. And when you're stuck into it, it's hard to get out. And then you keep, you know, like digging and digging and digging until you know it's able to run. Just like when you guys play video games, you know, like you start like get addicted to it. So I see
Jason.
that a lot.
No, just playing.
Yeah, I do have addictive personality, guys.
Yeah,
I do.
I was just playing. I'm addicted to, bro. It's all good.
Yeah. No. So when people like just keep doing that, then you know they just sacrifice, you know, eating something fast, and yeah.
I can't do that, but eating is like so satisfying.
I do that a lot at work. I mean, you gotta just eat quick and go on and do your next stuff, like your next thing to do.
Yeah, so that's why it's a little.
So that is true. Then what I read.
That is true. A lot of people. I have some friends.
I was kind of questioning it too. That's why when I read that, I was like, "Is this real or is it fake?"
I think it's a millennial thing. I don't think it's like a tech thing. It's a millennial thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because like we all like busy. You know, I'm sure you guys like been running around your whole day. And
speaking about tech, I've always wanted to create a technology like. As soon as you walk through the door, you're clean. Like you don't have to take a shower and brush your teeth.
Oh my god! Oh my!
Can you imagine if that technology is there?
You might able to.
Just give it some time.
Yeah, you might able to get there.
I want that shit so badly. Because sometimes I work and I just
No, you just don't want to like go in and
you can't even lie in your bed. Yeah. You don't want to fucking be clean.
Dirty ass sheets.
Yeah.
I want that technology. Whoever's listening out there, please make it.
Yeah, so you just like that.
You never know. It's probably in the
person.
process right now. Just because that's a good moneymaker.
Yep. You just strip your clothes off and like blows you or something.
Blows?
I mean, I don't know. How else would it clean you?
Really? Taking shower is that hassle for you?
It's not, but it's just I wanted the instant gratification. Like, bam, I'm clean.
You want to save time, if anything.
Yeah.
You just want to go
back
straight
to that efficiency thing, dude. That's what
like who goes to the bank anymore? Do that shit on your phone.
Actually, it's funny because I don't go to the bank.
Hey, me too.
I'm on my phone, man.
Yeah.
Convenience.
Yeah.
Convenience.
The click of a button. I can do a 15-minute errand in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So I want to take my 8-minute shower in 10 seconds.
What? I love my shower time. I don't know if
relaxing and all that kind of stuff. It is.
Why you don't feel relaxed when you take the hot shower, Trav?
No, I take cold showers.
Whoa.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why you hate it.
Hey, cold showers are hella beneficial though.
Joe Rogan said it best, man. Cold showers is the way to go.
Really?
Yeah,
why
because
is
you're
that?
so cold and
Why?
Well, because I'm cold
save
inside,
time.
first of all.
Why is that?
It lets out this specific hormone in your brain, and it's like supposedly has a myriad of benefits. It's like it can help like depression, nausea. It's good. People even say it can potentially burn like fat loss and all that other
that's
kind of
why
stuff.
Interesting.
That's why I heard too.
Your immunity.
No, dude, that's a big one
boosts
too.
your
Yeah.
immunity.
The hormone starts with an N. I can't think of it right now, but it's even good for like muscle recovery. And no, I'm telling you, dude, a bunch of benefits. Look, dude, right there, bro.
No, like so then Travis, then why would you want to take the 10-second shower? What if it's not cold? It's a 10-second. So
it would be a cold 10 seconds.
How would, it was only cold, but like
that's
you said,
that's the trade-off.
It got to trigger the hormone, so that defeats the purpose.
The trade-off is that it's 10 seconds.
We're actually off the topic, anyways. But yeah, I'm just saying. But just
No, I think that's cool.
just
Shower.
saying, though, man.
Shower.
Look, you were going to say something earlier.
Oh
Yeah, I know,
yeah.
cut 'em off.
Thank you. I was picking back on the whole like efficiency, the whole eating the meal or whatever. I saw this video on Vice maybe like a couple weeks ago, and it was talking about this movement in China that people are talking about maybe potentially moving over here to the U.S. And it was big in the tech industry and all the other kind of stuff.
It is.
I think it was called it's like 997 or 667 or something like that.
Okay,
did you see that?
You were telling me about this.
Yeah, so it was like all the big tech industries in China. What they're doing now is like all their employees are pretty much working 6 days a week. Oh, it's 669. I'm sorry. So 6 days a week and like 9 hours a day or something like that, where they essentially get 1 day off a week, and they're literally working like 10 to 12 hours a day each and every day. And if you don't do that, you're inferior to all the other people that do that. Therefore, you're a you're a lesser employee, basically.
Do you see that?
I mean, because like you were saying, right, you're working 15 hours a day. I mean, that's not the normal work schedule, right? And because the tech industry can be very, very demanding, right? So, I mean.
Yeah. So my personal experience is more like my personal issues, as I love working. But also, I don't think so maybe not that I know of, there's any enforcement. But I know, every tech company, we have performance reviews and we see delivery. So, like Facebook or Amazon are well known for, like pushing their programmer, like to the limit.
To the limit, yeah.
To the limit. And they didn't do it in the way like, hey, you have to work like 10 or 15 hours.
Did you know this kind of stuff going in? That lifestyle is like that?
No, I didn't know.
Oh,
I didn't know.
Once you got in and you seen it, do people talk about that?
Yeah, we talk about that. Like a lot of things about, like tech companies. The thing is like a lot of things, how to say it? So people, when they look at Facebook news or, like they hearing things, it's not exactly the way it is. Like, for example, like Facebook never enforce people have to work, like 15 hours or, like 20 hours a day. That's
voluntary.
Not it. It's not voluntary. Oh. But they look for delivery. So people, when they have like those delivery and it's set very tight as like, hey, you need to bring that feature out, next month. So then it's forced people, not directly in the way that they have to like work more to push those out. So those are things. However, though, like talking about a bad thing, actually a lot of like things that tech companies do that, it's not like all evil. And a lot of things like behind the screen that you don't know about. So, machine learning, right? So machine learning, a lot of like company, they do kind of like.
Is that AI?
Yeah.
Yes.
Basically.
Okay. So they do pornography. A lot of, like data scientists, they do pornography, detection. So making sure, for example, like Facebook or, like YouTube, they don't have, like things that, like pornography material on it. I think one of my friend who is also like an engineer in Facebook, a different person. So he was working for, like that machine learning team and was specialized in detecting like pornography. I think maybe in 2018, there was, like some, how do you say it? Like child pornography. What's the name of it?
Yeah, no, that's it right there. Yeah. Child porn. Yeah. Child pornography.
Yeah. But there was, some people like try to, like trade like child, and they have the whole system in business.
And they're stupid enough to do it on Facebook.
So back, I think
shit's everywhere supposedly.
Back then, I think like Facebook algorithm wasn't that good too. So he was in that team actually like break that case.
Yeah, so he had to work with the FBI, I'm assuming.
So because of that technologies, we was able to identify, like who is doing what.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And we was able to run, like all the algorithm and making sure, like what happened. And we was able to, they was able to break the whole case.
Wow.
And that's just like all the engineering of Facebook. And those are like silent hero that you don't hear about because they don't even know it's from like tech company. But if it's not tech, like how, like those kind of things like still happening, it's still, going behind and
not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, no, tech is the future, man. That's gonna be everything.
Yeah, so
AI is gonna be in everything, man.
If I believe in AI too, but I truly believe like if we just like, have to put our mind in the right mind.
Elon Musk level AI or.
So it's depends.
He's on a whole nother level, dude.
He is.
Yeah, I think machine can definitely work for us. So it have to be like the intentional people who building those machines. So if we're able to, like train our engineer or like train the visionary of like doing it right, it just can't make it happen. Nowadays, data break, like those kind of things, been causing a lot of concern for people. But definitely, like tech, like ignore all the bad, like look at the bright side. Actually, like tech company is doing a lot of like good things for us as well.
Man.
I mean, we've all seen iRobot, right? You guys seen iRobot?
I was thinking Terminator, Skynet.
Oh, hey, no, they hate that too, man. Yeah. I mean, I definitely feel like, of course, we already see that, the human civilization, the AI is definitely making moves and stuff like that in the world and stuff like that. And I mean, when you really think about it, it is kind of scary though, too, right? I mean, of course, right, you want to give the benefit of the doubt to the person creating this AI and stuff like that, but just, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm all for it for sure, but then of course there's that little part of me that's still kind of like it's potentially, it could be a very scary thing.
Like, like you've seen that movie before?
Wait, what is that?
You've seen that movie and you've seen how it ends. They take over the world.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Or just like the like iRobot, all that kind of stuff, Terminator, all those kind of movies and stuff like that. It's just
Eagle Eye.
Using AI for different kinds of stuff, like police enforcement or all that other kind of.
I mean, it would be kind of it would be kind of like a tough thing, like just to pass. Like I feel like there'll be debates on that one.
It's not going to be in our generation.
Yeah.
I'm talking like 20, 40, 50. Well, I mean that'll still be in our generation.
100 years.
No, exactly. 100 years, 200 years.
You never know, man.
Dude, I mean, human civilization and human society is going to be very different.
Talking about how technology and stuff isn't it crazy how fast we've advanced in the last 150 years?
No, insane.
Let's just go back like 20 years. How fast we advanced in technology?
Yes, it's been crazy.
Reverse engineering.
I was just going to say that.
Reverse
You beat me to the punch, man.
Aliens.
Dude.
I mean, that's a meme out of it.
Hey, I mean, it's like a joke or whatever, but then it's like, but really, how do we explain that though? Right? I mean, humans have made leaps and bounds in the last 100 years, like crazy shit, dude. We basically have, I forget, I was reading something earlier. The cell phones that we carry around in our pockets now are like 70 times more powerful than the computer that took Neil Armstrong to the moon. Like it's like you think about that shit. Like what the fuck?
That wasn't that long ago.
Exactly, dude. Crazy. Exactly. Yeah, you're carrying around a mini like super fucking powered computer in your pocket all the time,
and they're tracking you.
Oh no, that's a whole other thing too.
They're tracking because they need the data to build AI. So that's what happened.
Hey, no, that's true. Yeah,
that's how it is.
I heard Google's getting a bunch of trouble for that too. Releasing information.
Facebook too, right?
I think like nowadays every company is gonna get your data because like if you want to build AI, so that's based on data.
What you're telling me is that we need to get off the grid, hide, from everybody.
It's up to you, right? So if you want AI to happen, then like you're gonna be part of it. Like try just everybody's gonna have to like explore their data. But if you don't want AI, you don't want your life and stuff like that, then keep it private.
I mean, because like that's what you said. That's what goes into the machine learning thing, right? It needs that data. It needs to learn from the human tendencies. Well, what you like to do. Your activities and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so since you're in the tech industry, can you like educate me a little bit on the artificial intelligence in itself? The computer runs off an algorithm that learns.
I explain a little bit in the simplest way. So you all know statistics,
okay, wait,
right?
give me the really hard way so then I can look stupid.
No. Because like you all know statistic, right?
Right.
So statistic, so what AI, this is just like me like learning AI and like I'm not like in AI, I'm more like a data and I learn statistic, but it's fundamental, it's based on statistic. So we build predicting models based on statistics. So like, like if this variable like happen a lot, then, like statistically, like it's, like the result is going to happen hypothetically. So that basically the fundamental of it.
The ones and the zeros. What is that called?
Variable?
The ones and the zeros.
The P? The P value?
I forget. I know it is.
Anecdotal? No, it's not.
The probability.
No,
No, not probability.
I know what you're talking about, but yeah. It's I want to say Morse code, but that's not.
Yeah, so like to train, like to train things to like predict things well, then you have to have like a test data. So that means when you collect like sample data, and the more sample data and bigger the sample size is more accurate.
And they're getting it all off our phones.
Yes, it's getting from your data. So that's what happened. And then, based on that, then they do a predicting.
Does T-Mobile track us?
Okay. I'm not. This is a
pump the brakes.
Okay.
One of the things that we are trying to, do. We don't do a lot in terms of like personal like information, but at least like in my team, we try to apply like statistic model and also like maybe machine learning with like finance. For example, so we predict, like the company spend or like that business like been spending historically like however much. Then in the future, like like if the same incident happen, then like how much we should predict. So those are the things that like we start like limiting like people effort and like based on machine a little bit. So we, not that I know of, like at least in my team, but definitely like statistic and machine learning is always like is applied like everywhere nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, because your data is valuable. Companies can use it and everything. Yeah, I mean, so I know certain companies sell data to other third parties and all that other kind of stuff for ads and everything. Yeah, no, it goes real deep, dude. Yeah.
Man, this tech industry is just taking over.
I mean, it's the future. I mean,
I feel like that's the future.
It's the now.
Yeah, no, it really is. Yeah.
Okay, so back to that. Like a lot of people when they think about tech, right? They only think about like people who like do coding. Back to, the topic of like wandering around. I truly believe like text, like coding is going to be just, like in the future, it's just a subject in school, like math or, like English or something like that.
I back that up. I think that's the future.
Yeah.
So then everybody in the future, can all like able to code. It can apply to every industry. I would recommend, so I graduated HBU with finance degree, so business. I didn't know any coding before. Then I started learning like coding when I moved to Seattle, and I want to move into like technologies a little bit. Besides, like helping me advance in my career, it's actually helped me in the way of thinking. Like when you learn coding,
the ones and the zeros.
So when you learn like coding, then I think the first lesson I learned is think like a machine. So when you write your code, then you have to like show them like, hey, like stand up. Like if you want to step out of bed, then your left feet is going to go down first. Like if something happened, then the right feet, and then like, so you have to like follow those patterns. So because I follow those patterns, it help you like see, everything in a clearer way. So learning code, it actually like is the way of you thinking about logic too. Like, like, it's logical to go this, the left. It's logical to go to the right. So it's, I think it's like interesting subjects for everybody to
know. Definitely.
I've always wanted to learn how to code.
You should. Yeah. I think it's fun. It's like a math problem. So
huge.
Sometimes it's like math problem.
You're not that kind of Asian, huh?
Sounds interesting.
Not me.
Everybody here is Asian, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. That made me very. I'm kind of curious now, more curious on it, just to know it.
So I think everybody can learn. It's like definitely like everybody can learn it. It's not, like that big of, the impossible like out there.
I mean, it'll take practice just like anything else, right? I mean, you just need to give it time and just,
Yeah. It can apply for everything.
I've researched coding on YouTube. They don't make it seem so hard, but then it's like really hard.
Of course, when you get in there for the first time, you're like, holy shit, dude.
What have I done?
I think there's not a lot of like fundamental like kind of like structure out there. So a lot of people still, like kind of mistake about like programming language in program, right? So for example, like Python or SQL, they didn't know it's a language. You can actually write it like anywhere. It's just a language. But people keep thinking it's like some kind of like system. So, like there's not a lot of like explanation.
All computers can pick up on this language?
Yes.
All the state of the art ones, I guess, right? Or modern ones, right? Yeah.
So we have like machine. So machine like is doing peep, right? Like 1010, like, this programming language is like for us to understand. So we write in our human language and so we translate to machine. So
it's easy.
So
I shouldn't say it's easy.
I mean, it's easier to read than, like just like look at 1010, as machine. So these languages like Python or, like, other languages, C+ or Java and stuff. It's just like a language that, is readable for us. So we write them and they're readable for us. And then when it comes to machine, it's going to translate to the machine language. It's like become like the beep.
Clockwork.
Where was coding first in your life? Was it MySpace?
Oh,
changing the profiles,
yes,
that's true. Colors.
Mm-hmm.
You had to know the ways, dude.
Yeah. It's just copy and paste. I had a cousin to do mine.
That's true. Yeah, because you could just Google it or whatever.
You know what's funny? I actually never used MySpace.
What?
Yes.
Was it Friendster?
So I didn't have like social media back then. When is MySpace?
Long time ago.
I was in intermediate for that one. 6th grade, actually, I think it was
2004.
Yeah, no, I read around there. Yeah, 2002, 2003.
Yeah, so I came like 2010, right? 2010. And in Vietnam, you know what's crazy? I didn't have internet. Oh my god,
that wasn't a common. That wasn't a common thing.
I wish that the audience can see your phone like head like shake. Yes, I didn't have internet.
Were you blown away when you first came here?
So I didn't have Google at all. So okay. So to be fair, a lot of people in bigger city, they have internet. I came from a small, like city. I didn't have a computer until I was, like 18, and we just have those computer. I only have like game, like those like Pokemon
Solitaire.
game. Yeah, and Solitaire.
Minesweeper.
Yeah. So I didn't have internet. So I didn't know anything about Google. So I came here. Yes. Okay. You have a long question.
I mean, so wait, there was like not even at least a little PC shop.
They probably do. But as a girl,
No, I mean, it's not that bad actually. Because when I was going in Philippines back when I was elementary, I mean, when's the last time when I seen some PC? Well, I mean, the most recent time they had like a
what are they called? They're called cafes. Yeah,
cafes pretty much.
Oh, they do have those cafes.
Yeah.
But then I was more so growing up. I'm more like a sport person, so I only like play sport. So I don't like computer at all, and I don't know about Google. So I came to the U.S. I think like when I was 18, that's the first time I used Google. I was trying to do an assignment. And I keep asking my cousin. It got so annoying, and it was like, "Hey, just Google it." And I look at them. I was like, "What is Google?" I don't even know. And then like last year, when I have an offer like from Google, and I told my cousin, and they laughed so hard. It was like, "Oh, guess what? Like everything can happen from a girl that doesn't know how to Google."
That's so crazy.
It comes full
Google
circle.
Offered you a job.
Again, like because I'm in, like in that tech city.
I mean, to me, that's a big deal.
Oh,
that's
okay.
pretty cool.
So talking
I
about
have a Google phone. I mean, I think that's pretty dope.
I think it's kind of trash.
Well, I mean, not me having a Google phone.
I'm sorry.
But that is pretty dope though. Google Pixel 6 coming out soon.
But so talking about that. So when I have an offer for T-Mobile, I actually have 3 offers, and T-Mobile actually offered me the least money. And it's also along with like Google and another startup company. And they both like offer me, maybe around like 20% to 30% like higher. But I decided to like pick a T-Mobile instead.
Why?
Yes, I know. Everybody been asking me like, why?
I heard Google is like the best place to work. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard.
Yep. Yeah, it's a long,
long story.
It's a long, yeah. But like long story short. But then this one is also, a kind of like a wandering. I think it's also a good, like story. So because I was working in finance, right? And when I was working in finance, and I strongly believe in technologies, so I started like learning coding. So I took like time to like learn everything like from scratch, apply for master school, like trying to go for computer science for master. And back then, everybody was telling me that I'm stupid because like in finance, I'm already in the senior level. When people like think about coding, they only think about like programmer, like people work like writing program and stuff, which is correct. The job title is usually like software engineering. So to give up, for them, they think that, like I would give up my finance job and just be an entry level software engineer. And as a career advance, that doesn't make sense. Like starting,
taking a step back
all over again. But then like in my head, I stuck with that. A lot of people, like just telling me I'm dumb. I spend so much time instead of, like going out, like every night I've been like studying like code, like just trying to make it happen. And everybody was like, work in tech and then also work in finance. They're telling me like, yeah, you're so dumb. Like you just waste your time, like go somewhere else, do something else.
Damn.
But I just have a belief that there must be something that merged together. I have that vision of like, so yeah, just have that vision of like, merging like finance and technology together. So when I start applying for job, when I, like start studying, actually more people, all the jobs I got, I didn't apply for. People start reaching out to me. Recruiter like start reaching out to me, which it didn't happen to me before, but recruiters start reaching out as like, hey, like you have a very interesting background. Like a lot of people, they either only have finance or they have like technologies. So they don't have like, the merge of them.
Both.
So yeah, so companies start reaching out. And all the job that I, like got offered from, I didn't apply for. Or, I didn't, like go straight apply. They reaching out.
Okay.
But yeah, so talking about like Google. So I have, a startup company, which is like more into, like technologies. So they only focus on technologies. So they want me to like come in, like writing code more and stuff like that. That was cool. And then we have like Google that come in, and I think it's more like a finance role. And that finance role, when I was interviewed with the Google people, it's just like sometimes like when you interview with the company, you know how passionate the company is with you. Sometimes they just want to have like an extra head count. Cause me, I'm very, like strongly believe in my, like technical skill, right? But when they come in and, the interview that I had was more like business, and they talk, like when they start talking to me more about like, oh, my personal, and they try to like get along with me. And I was like, I don't know if that's something like I really, really enjoy. Cause that means that sometimes the company have like politics and they will try to pull you one way to another. And that's why I reject Google. And, T-Mobile came in as a company that doing finance for, using technologies. And it just aligned of what I've been, like dreaming and what I'm trying to tell people that could happen, because like nobody believed me that could happen. And I was like, no, that is the way it is. So I took T-Mobile, and yeah, it's aligned to the, like what I've been working for. It's been aligned because sometimes you don't want to waste, right? Like you have like certain skill, and then you want to change to something else, but you always scared of like wasting it. So T-Mobile came in as just like something that I just never wasted. So all my experience of me in finance merged with, new experience that I'm trying to like come in. So it's come together and just make it happen. So yeah, so wandering, but like when you're wandering, you find the destination.
Yeah. Not all those who wander are lost.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who said that?
J.R.R. Tolkien.
Oh. Gandalf?
That's the wizard. That's his character. Well, that's this. You could get a pass, I guess, for that. But yeah, that's J.R.R. Tolkien. That's Lord of the Rings, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, well, no, Matta, thank you. Thank you for coming on our podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, so maybe we can link up again in the future
of
if you come
around
to Hawaii.
Yes, of
hear
course.
more of your
I love
travels.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully I find a home at the time.
Yeah, well, maybe it'll be Hawaii. You never know.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah. Right on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the Dim Sum Daddies podcast. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Peace.